Sometimes I feel this thing between my eyes, like a thing that just pulls me down, makes my eyes ache, and then I can't seem to focus and it all becomes blurred. And I begin to get upset and things start to not make sense, and then I begin to worry, and before the week is over I'm a complete wreck, and then I cry and get angrier and lash out at anything in front of me. And then slowly the feelings begin to subside, and it all starts to become clearer, I suppose. You know, you can stay here for as long as you like, sweet pea, until you get something sorted. At times there was something quivering about his being, as if a harsh word would split his vertebrae. The good thing about being little was that you could cry in the streets. Blot your eyes out, blot like a child, and nobody really minded. Anywhere. In Woolworths at the post office, if people were allowed to break down in public, then everyone would know that not everyone is happy, and people wouldn't feel so bad about feeling sad. Hey, remember when you were little and you'd get a sheet and put it over the table, and you'd make sure no outside world was coming in, and you'd think it was great, and that you'd live under there forever, and you'd have tea under there, and that really it was dead easy being grown up. They moaned and shouted at each other and hit each other, but why couldn't they see that all you really needed was a table and a sheet? Oh, I'm not buying this foundation again. It's absolutely claggy. It really is. It felt easier looking at the world through the bottom of a glass. It was all too clear, too true. Drink blurred the edges, gave it all a softer tint. It was difficult to stare reality in the face. It took balls. He preferred for now to approach it at a sideways slant. Through a haze it became more of a game, easier to laugh at, to mock. He looked down at the floor into his glass, as if peering down into his soul, lost, ageless, the soul of humankind in a moment in a glass. His modern mind melted. He evolved fossil to fossil, swimming, drowning, cascading, falling through time, searching for answers. He watched the rolling circle of light inside his eyes, forcing a closed loop, an open inward reach. He moved in vigorous curls, wrapping himself in himself. I've always been intrigued. I've always been intrigued by the colours that come into my eyes when I close them. To me, it's like a picture into space. I think that this must be what it's like being dead, like looking into infinity. If I think about this too much before I go to sleep, I can't sleep. I'm scared I'll get lost in all the infinity. I'm scared I'll fall. scared of losing myself and never coming back. It's like I have this irrational fear of letting go. I'll fall far into infinity and no one will ever be able to pull me back. I'll pull you back. I'll save you, sweetie. I know you would, Sugar Plum. But I think I've got to save myself this time, or it's never going to work. Oh, oh, hey, steady on you. Oh, stop fussing. God knows I need a few glasses of Butch Courage. Anyway, cheers. Chin chin. If I fall over, I can blame it on the stillies. Are you sure you're strong enough for tonight? It can be very daunting stepping onto the streets. Yeah. Limit yourself to always observing, and you'll miss the point of your own existence. I've got to jump right into the middle of this game called life. I'm tired. I'm tired of being a non-player. Bring me diamonds and dancing shoes. There's a night to be had. Tonight, I will lift myself up from the crack in the pavement. I will be an angel. Tonight, I belong to a different time. This night belongs to me. Tonight, I will take my dreams and make them real. Oh, just let me get my glasses. Do you want a top up? I'll get you another drink, love. Yeah? Oh, what's that? Oh, I don't want that on. Oh, it's bloody hard. Here we go, that's it. Where's your glass? Oh. He stared into the mirror, trying to catch himself somewhere within his shell. He plucked, stroked notes, using undercurrents to move silt in the shipwreck subsided upside down inside rooms. Exploring with flashes and lashes of colour with ectoplasmic spiritual coral tentacles. He exhaled into a new beauty, a different form. He dusted the man away in him, roused the spirit of woman. With aquamarine eyes and bloodshot red lips, everything was false and true at the same time. A fabulous form created for the exquisite shape of my human spirit. The rough sea inside his heart rested now, though it never became still. Every day wasn't like Blackpool fronts in a March gale. The storm still blew, but he had built a raft of handbags, stilettos, guts and hope. He felt exotic, a peacock amongst pigeons. His life had risen from the ashes. Phoenix-like, he blazed across the canvas of his life, throwing neon vivid paint. For a heartbeat, he believed the world would never, never beat him down again to the back of the class, to the corner of the room, to the abyss. Slowly, he began to revel in the angle of the tangent in which he viewed. It would be so sad to be ordinary, usual, mediocre, middle of the road. Applying a smile, he stared into the reflective glass. Others hid from the flame, dared not to see beyond the Argos catalogue of their lives. Others would have been broken, their spirit crushed. He reassembled the wreckage, placed his trust in tomorrow, and played his part like the true professional. Oscars should cram the shelves, not empty wine bottles, to fill those lost, regretful days. How do I look? Like a cheap crack whore. Excellent. Oh. Where's my fucking purse? Oh. Bet, hold on a minute. I can't find my purse. Have you got the keys? Yeah.